the Supreme Court has decided that it will take up a case between a Catholic organization and the state of Wisconsin. The Catholic Charities Bureau in the Diocese of Superior, Wisconsin, provides care for the elderly and disabled. Earlier this year, the state Supreme Court ruled that its work was not typical religious activity. Therefore, it must pay into the state's unemployment compensation program. And joining us now to talk more about this case is attorney Nick Reaves from the Becket Fund for Religious Liberty. They are representing Catholic Charities Bureau. Nick, great to be with you today. First off, could you walk us through this case and what is at the root of this legal dispute?
Absolutely. So Wisconsin has a religious exemption that allows religious organizations not to have to pay into the state's unemployment compensation plan. But what Wisconsin said is Catholic charities and the work they're doing is not sufficiently religious to qualify for this exemption. What Wisconsin said is if you're praying in church, that's religious. But if you're serving the homeless out of the church basement, that's not sufficiently religious. And we think that's wrong.
Yeah, and we know Catholic social teaching, it teaches us to help everyone, regardless of faith. And it's precisely because the group is helping everyone that was the Wisconsin Supreme Court, state Supreme Court, said it's not exempt from paying into unemployment. Nick, how much merit does that argument have? And also, how does not being exempt from paying state unemployment, how does that impact Catholic Charities Bureau?
Yeah, we think it's a really silly argument that Wisconsin is making. What they're saying is you have to actually violate Catholic Church teaching because the Catholic Church teaches that you should serve everybody in need. You shouldn't limit your ministry to the homeless to only Catholic people. You should serve everybody. That's part of the Catholic Church's message. And Wisconsin's got it completely backwards to say that the Catholic Church has to discriminate against who it serves in order to be sufficiently religious. And we think this is actually very important to a lot of Catholic charities around the country. Wisconsin has this law, but lots of other states have very similar laws too. And so this would apply to other Catholic ministries and actually a lot of religious minority ministries around the country that similarly might do things that are not typically or maybe traditionally considered religious, but are still very important and religious to that community.
Yeah, and Nick, have you seen similar cases like this? And if so, could this case, since it's heading all the way to the Supreme Court, impact them?
Absolutely. Over the years, there have been a number of similar cases raising these issues, often in the charity context, where governments don't seem to understand that serving the needy, caring for the poor, that's really religious. That's important to a lot of these religious groups. So we've seen a number of these cases over the years.
Yeah, Nick, thank you so much. We will continue to follow this case. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.